Hello there and welcome to Diplomatic Watch on NTV. Now, in the heart of Africa's giant, the Democratic Republic of Congo, long-running instability in the eastern part of the country continues to shape regional politics, and in the past week, the United States of America imposed sanctions on one of the country's most prominent former leaders, that is the former President Joseph Kabila. A man who ruled the DRC for 18 years now faces American sanctions even as he remains under a death sentence from a Kinshasa military court. Tonight, we examine the details of these measures, the reactions from all sides, and the broader implications for peace and stability across the Great Lakes region, including effects felt right here in Uganda.
Let's set the stage. On April 30th, 2026, the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control designated Joseph Kabila. The charge: materially assisting, sponsoring and providing support to the March 23 movement M23 and its political military umbrella, the Congo River Alliance or AFC. Washington alleges that in 2025, Kabila traveled to Goma, that is in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where he has lived under the protection of M23, and that he returned to the country with the intent to destabilize the DRC government through his support to M23 and AFC. According to USA, Kabila has provided financial support to the M23 and Congo River Alliance in order to influence the political situation in eastern DRC. He has also allegedly encouraged armed forces of the DRC, that is FADC, to defect and join M23 forces in eastern DRC in order to generate additional support for AFC. Additionally, Kabila reportedly sought to launch attacks from outside DRC on the Congolese army in eastern part of the country, but this effort was unsuccessful. USA further claims that Kabila has also worked to put in place a candidate opposed to the current President Felix Tshisekedi with the intent to regain influence over the DRC government. This comes against a backdrop of earlier engagement. In 2012, during M23's initial rebellion, Kabila met with the group's representatives in Kampala under Ugandan mediation led by President Yoweri Museveni. Those talks aimed for resolution but did not bring lasting peace. M23, long accused of receiving Rwandan support, a charge Kigali denies, and the Congo River Alliance have been linked to renewed violence, civilian deaths, mass displacement and control over mineral-rich areas. The US views these actions as a direct challenge to the 2025 Washington Accords.
The sanctions freeze any of Kabila's assets under US jurisdiction and prohibit American persons and companies from doing business with him. Entities he controls 50% or more are also affected. So, this effectively isolates him from the US financial system and sends a strong signal to international partners.
Kinshasa welcomed the development. The government of President Tshisekedi described it as an important step in the fight against impunity, respect for sovereignty and accountability. Joseph Kabila responded defiantly through a statement, calling the sanctions profoundly unjustified, politically motivated, and based on unsubstantiated accusations. His team argues that Washington is adopting Kinshasa's narrative and that the measures could serve as cover to suppress opposition voices. This development is part of a wider pattern. In March 2026, the United States sanctioned the Rwanda Defense Force and several of its top commanders for allegedly providing direct operational support to M23. For Uganda, the conflict hits close to home. As the host of the 2012 Kampala talks, Uganda has played a repeated mediation role. Today, the fighting continues to drive refugee flows across Uganda's borders, disrupt key trade routes, and create security and humanitarian challenges in border communities. Regional stability remains vital for Uganda's economic interests and the well-being of communities on both sides of the border. Despite mounting international pressure, M23 continues its activities on the ground. On April 30th, the group held a graduation ceremony for its second intake of ideological training at a facility in Kanombe, presided over by Major General Sultani Makenga, Chief of Staff of the Congolese Revolutionary Army and Military Coordinator of the M23, underscoring ongoing recruitment and training efforts.
Mnauana, mnakimbia nchi yenu, hiyo yote lazima ishimame na itashimama.
You have been forced to kill each other and flee your own country. All that must stop, and it will stop indeed. And nothing will stop this journey to liberate our country. We want a peaceful country for all citizens.
Ndugu zenu ambao wamekimbia miaka na miaka nje ya nchi, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, sehemu zingine, warudi wakae kwa amani.
Your brothers who have fled to Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya and other countries will come back home and live in peace, he says.
Kwa amani kwa ujumla. Si ndio hivyo? Utafanya hiyo?
These sanctions may open narrow windows for dialogue, yet they risk hardening divisions in an already fractured region. Success will hinge on whether Kinshasa can turn this pressure into real accountability and broader political inclusion. I am Daniel KIBET and this has been Diplomatic Watch. Join us next time as we track diplomacy and power across the globe.